Hey guys, today we're going to do the unboxing of Persona 3 Reload Aegis Edition for the PS5. This is basically the collector's edition of Persona 3 Reload, which is a remake of Persona 3. So I usually don't buy much collector's editions anymore, but this one I had to make an exception for because I really do have a sentimental, nostalgic value for Persona 3, which, you know, it means a lot to me because it was my first Persona game. All the way back in, I think, the summer of 2007, I had a modded PS2 at the time, and I just played Persona 3 the entire summer, and I loved it. Persona is just if you guys don't know, a very popular series of JRPGs, which blends kind of like the social aspect of talking to your classmates and building relationships with them, and the dungeon crawling JRPG aspects as well. And Persona 3 was my introduction to the series, actually, and I've since played every Persona except for the first one, actually. I played both Persona 2. There's two versions of Persona 2. I played both of them, and Persona 4 and Persona 5 as well. But yeah, Persona 3 was my introduction to the series, and really loved it. Just the presentation, the music, the gameplay mechanics, the blending of the social aspect with the dungeon crawling aspect. Yeah, just loved it, and I think that's why a lot of people love Persona. But yeah, Persona 3 being the introduction to me of the series, I was very excited when the remake was announced, and yeah, now it's time to look at the Aegis edition. Yeah, for me, I had to get the collector's edition because, yeah, Persona 3 just holds a special place in my heart for being my first Persona game and being the game that really got me through my second year of university. So, yeah, let's take a look here. We got an art book, Aegis figure in this one. The collector's box itself is now labeled as an actual good item to have, I guess. Soundtrack and a DLC pack voucher. And yeah, so in Persona 3, I think what's notable about this one compared to Persona 4 and 5, so most people, I would say, consider Persona 3 is one of the best Personas, but 4 and 5 might be still a little bit better, of course. 5 is the most polished one. 4, to me, has the best story out of them all. But for me, like, just sentimentally, Persona 3, I have a very special connection with this one. I love the music from Persona 3, probably the best out of the entire series, even better than 4 and 5. So yeah, let's take a look here. So this is the box for it, which is a collector's item, I guess. So this is Aigis, who is the robotic android that you get as part of your party later on. Okay, and you get... Yep, so this is basically the names of the people in the game: Yukari, Junpei, Akihiko, Mitsuru, Fuka, Aegis, Ken, Koromaru, and Shinjiro. So in Persona 3 Reload, I believe that you cannot play as the female protagonist. So the female protagonist was introduced in Persona 3 Portable, and she's only in the portable version. And yeah, I think in this remake, you only get to play as the male protagonist, which is true to the original game. But I guess some people might be disappointed that you can't play as the female protagonist, and I'm not too upset about that because I played the original game and I didn't feel like it was missing any female protagonist. But some people who played Persona 3 Portable might be, yeah, a little bit disappointed that you cannot play as the female protagonist. You can only play as the kind of bland, mute male protagonist. Honestly, he's probably the most bland protagonist out of the 3, 4, and 5. This guy right here, just because, like, he doesn't have much of a personality, and yeah, compared to the main protagonist of Persona 4 and 5, right? So anyways, yep, that's unboxing. Alright, so this is what you get. You get the game, of course, PS5, should look fantastic, and you get Persona 3 Reload DLC pack. So yeah, you get the DLC codes for that. Persona 3, this is a Persona 3 soundtrack, which, like I said, is one of my favorite soundtracks in any JRPG, even of the entire Persona series. And Persona is known for its great soundtracks. I mean, 4 and 5 are great as well, but 3, again, I grew up with this, so man, it is a bopping soundtrack. So it's just one of my favorite soundtracks in any JRPG. I mean, it's really up there with Chrono Trigger and Final Fantasy VI and Super Mario RPG and those classics. So just, yeah, amazing soundtrack. So yeah, it's one of my favorite JRPG soundtracks, and this one comes on CD. That's nice. Would have preferred vinyl, actually, but that would have been a much bigger box. Okay, so Persona 3 Reload art book. Ooh, this looks really nice. Yeah, let's actually take a look at this. This looks like a pretty solid art book here, like a decent amount of length. It's about this thick. So what I really like about Persona 3 as well, compared to the other Personas, is yes, the protagonist is not as interesting. He's a little bit more bland, but the way to summon the Personas, you actually use this evoker pistol in Persona 3, and you basically put a gun against your head, or something that looks like a gun against your head, and then you press the trigger and a Persona comes out. So that makes it kind of controversial as a game, I guess, when it came out, but really does make it really kind of a badass game. Like, you just pull the trigger on yourself, and then Persona comes out and fights for you. So yeah, you had the male protagonist here, which who doesn't really have too much of a name, does he? Yeah, he, unlike Persona 4 and 5, whose protagonists are they're set characters and stuff. They got their own background, their own names and everything. But the Persona 3 protagonist does not. Yukari, that's your female classmate here, who's one of the first people that you meet actually as part of the team. Same with Junpei, who's your main male classmate, I guess, or team member. Yeah, your first female team member that really joins you as part of your team, and your first male team member that really joins you as part of your team. And then Akihiko, who later joins as part of your team, and Mitsuru, who also later joins as part of your team, class president. And Fuka, who usually guides you throughout the different dungeons and mazes. Aigis, who later joins your team, and she's the android I was talking about, and also the figurine that you get in this box as well. Then you get Ken, who later joins as well. And then you get the dog, who also joins as well, who's Koromaru. Yeah. And Shinjiro as well. Yeah. Can't forget about him. Almost forgot about him. Yeah. Pretty nice art book here. So you get the character designs. Junpei, Akihiko, Mitsuru and Fuka, Aegis and Ken, Koromaru and Shinjiro. Yeah, the uniform. Yeah, pretty cool. You get very stylish. Different snapshots of different outfits. Oh, this is the different animations, I guess, when you do a special attack. All-out attack illustrations, yeah. So this is when they do an all-out attack, which you can do when the enemy's all down. Yeah, that's the portraits. You know, you get some of the other people that you meet in the game that you can talk to, like Kenji, for example. I think I often eat ramen with that guy. Really cool. Oh, pretty nice. Okay, so the different designs for the dungeons here in the remake, which I do think is a pretty nice looking remake, by the way. Because they kept kind of the visual style of the original game. They didn't like change it up too much. They just made everything really like more shinier and polished looking, but it's really still kept the anime aesthetic, which is nice. The main anime aesthetic of all the Persona games, actually. They kind of just made it more like Persona 5 style, almost. Like they took Persona 3 and made it more like Persona 5 style. So more polished and very shiny, clean looking anime style. Alright, so here's the Aegis figurine. I'm not sure how much this might cost by itself, and I wonder who makes this. Is it Kotobukiya? Is it Figma? Or what? I'm not sure. But yeah, this is our Aegis figurine right here. It's the android in the game that you later get as a party member. Alright, let's open up this figurine. SEES, Special Extracurricular Execute Sector. The name of the team. Alright, let's take a look. Aegis. Alright, fine. Okay. All right. So it's a pre-assembled figurine like this, and then you have the stand right here. All right. So I think go like be like this. Okay, like this. Yeah. Yeah, it's already pre-assembled and everything. It's not like one you had to put together, but not bad. Again, I don't know how much this would cost by itself, and I don't actually know who makes this. This might be just a contractor that Sega got, I think. But yeah, not bad. Not bad. Again, this this entire collector's edition costs about $100 US for me. So the game by itself is like $60, right? So the art book plus the CD and soundtrack plus the figurine being the extra $40, it's not too bad of a value. So yeah, I would think it's okay for me. Like there is some collector's editions that are massively overpriced, and then there's other collector's editions which go on sale, and those are good too. But yeah, I would say like most collector's editions are kind of overpriced. But this one I got for about $100 US, and the game itself is 60. Plus you get the art book, the CD soundtrack, a DLC voucher, and the figurine for the other $40. I think it's worth it. That's definitely not bad at all. So this figurine by itself, I mean, yeah, at least like $20 at least, right? $30 probably, 20 or $30 by itself. So not too bad. I mean, Japanese figurines are not cheap, you know. So yeah, not too bad. So yeah, this figurine by itself is like 20, $30 probably, I'm guessing the value is. And then you add the CD, soundtrack, and DLC voucher on top of it. Yep, I think it's worth $40 extra for that. So that's pretty much it. Yep, DLC, art book, CD, game, and the figurine. So that's it, guys. The Persona 3 Reload Aegis Edition. Yeah, I had to get this because I'm a huge fan of Persona 3. Just one of the most important JRPGs in my life. Really got me through that second year of university. Played this a lot back in the day. I loved the soundtrack for it and everything. It was basically the soundtrack of my second year of university. So yeah, surprisingly, you guys might or might not know that for my third year of university, the soundtrack that got me through that was Dead or Alive Extreme 2. The volleyball game, which actually had a pretty rockin' soundtrack to it. But anyways, that's another fun fact about myself for video games. Me and my video game history there. Dead or Alive Extreme 2 for my third year at university. Anyways, that's it, guys. Let me know what you guys think of this unboxing and this collector's edition in the comment section below. I know this probably retailed for actually more than 100, but I got it for 100 from eBay anyways. So I think for that price, it's not a bad deal. So, that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. Persona 3 Reload.